Good morning, my darlings. Welcome to a new vlog. I feel like I always start the vlog in this room these days, but today I'm actually starting the vlog at 1 o'clock, so it's lunchtime. Charlie and I are about to have lunch. We have spent the whole morning at Soho Farmhouse and I didn't film anything. I feel like I might get in trouble if I keep filming there, so because you're not allowed to take photos, so I didn't film anything this time. I was a good, well-behaved member, but Charlie and I got there fairly early. We had a gym session. We did about an hour and a half there. We did a bit of a circuit with rowers and floor exercises, which was really good. Very hot and sweaty. It's quite a toasty day today. And then I had the most glorious pampering shower. The showers there are so good, and obviously they have Cowshed products. I think Cowshed is owned by Soho House Company, so they have all lovely Cowshed products there, and it was just, you know when a shower is not your shower, it just feels so much more luxurious. So I had a really good pamper session, and then we met our friend Rosie for coffee. I actually had a banana and coffee smoothie. I needed a little bit of sustenance after the workout, and she brought her little doggy Florence, who's a toy poodle, Florence the Ginger on Instagram. And so it was a really lovely morning, and then we rushed back home. The roads here are just so beautiful. I couldn't help but film loads of Instagram stories out the car window. It was just so gorgeous. And the fields are now all golden because all the barley or the wheat is drying, so it's all gone golden. So I think we'll go for a walk later in the wheat field here. It's just, it changes every day. It really is looking stunning, and I think it will probably be getting harvested any day now. The field right outside our bedroom window got harvested yesterday while I was out in London. I did want to take a few photos in there because even though they were weed flowers, they were still very pretty flowers, like really tall white flowers. But yeah, that got harvested yesterday, so it's just currently flat and green in there at the moment. But while Charlie and I were at the farmhouse, we had a very exciting delivery come to the house, and it is the Audi E-Tron. So it's a fully electric car. Charlie and I have wanted an electric car for a long time, especially now that we're living out in the Cotswolds, and I think it is the way that the automotive industry is moving. But yeah, that arrived while we were away, so we just have it on a 1 week kind of test drive loan, and it's really cool. I'll show you what it looks like from the bedroom window. I mean, it looks just so striking out on the driveway. It's in this fiery red, almost coral color. So cool. I just had a very quick play in it a second ago, but when it's not quite as hot later on today, I will show you it properly. It is really epic. Quite a big car. It is a 4x4. So I'll let you know how we get along. We are in the market for a new car, so it's going to be a really good opportunity for us to try that for a little while. So we did get some sushi and other bits and bobs from the farmhouse and have brought them home for lunch. So I think I'm just going to sit out on the patio and enjoy some nice lunch. So we have a lovely, very colourful lunch from the farmhouse. What have you got, darling? A yuzu salad. I love those beetroot.
Honestly, like, where do they get this from?
I don't know. They probably grow a lot of it.
I think they grow quite a lot of their own beetroot.
Yeah. And Charlie's got a normal sushi, and I have got a veg sushi.
Not using chopsticks, though.
No, we're cheating. And a little tofu bun. They are delicious. I'd quite like to sample it, actually. I'm so jealous that you got to hang out with Florence. We follow her on Instagram, and she's so cute. I have to admit, as much as I sometimes think I would love to live somewhere that's really sunny, like LA, and I would very much like to live there, I am so unproductive on sunny days because I just want to lie in the sunshine and do gardening and things like that. But at least we have, ooh, spider. Because we keep these cushions in the garden shed, there are often little spindly spiders, you know, those ones which are really thin and they're almost like daddy long legs. What was I saying? Oh yeah, at least we have this lovely little outside area. We can put the umbrella up and do our work from here, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna spend half an hour just making sure my inbox is clear and there's nothing urgent, and then I think I'm gonna lie in the sun for a couple of hours or do a bit of gardening. I do find it quite hard to sit still, so maybe I will find something productive to do while laying in the sun. Yeah, while my food digests, I'm gonna enjoy a nice coffee, get some emails done, and then at the bottom of the garden, down there beyond the kitchen garden, veg area desperately needs attention. It needs seeing to, it's very overgrown, so I'm looking forward to having a little play around down there later on today. A very pink setup for my office. Charlie's made me an oat milk latte. So pleased with my nails. I just feel so much more put together when my nails are done. And my lovely pink phone case. I decided to keep this one on because even since yesterday I've dropped it about 4 times. So thank goodness for these little protective shoulders. I think my Casetify link is valid for at least this week for 20% off, so I'll leave that linked down below in case you're in the market for a new phone case.
You only call me on the weekends when you're out and about, only chasing highs. You need me, he brings me flowers on a Tuesday. He gives me good loving, something that I never thought existed. I know what I need, ain't gonna lie. I know what I want, speaking my mind now. A queen needs a king to be by her side.
I think I've told you guys that I'm going to be doing this about 1,000,000 times. It's one of those tasks that I keep putting off, but I finally have the Graham & Brown paint samples out, and I'm going to paint this whiteboard with them so that we can finally come to a decision on the colour for our bathtub and potentially for Charlie's office as well. I'm slightly drawn more towards these more earthy colours, so this one is Battle. This one's quite nice as well. This is Military Operation. They're just really beautiful, quite natural shades. And of course, I've just been joined by an elder hound. So I'm going to do some painting and it'll dry, no doubt, in just a few moments in this glorious sunshine. These paints actually match the new deck chair cushions, which you just saw me unbox. They are absolutely beautiful. I can't remember what website I ordered these from. I did order them about 8 weeks ago, 6 to 8 weeks ago. It took a long time to arrive, but they are perfect. So I'll check my emails and list those down below as well. Okay, so here are the painted samples. The bathtub has been prepared and the feet are beautifully golden. So we have to decide between these Graham & Browns. What are your first thoughts, darling?
It's tricky, isn't it? I like the bottom too.
Do you? That's really funny because they would have been my last. Yeah.
Wow, we don't normally differ.
No. I think the bottom two are too modern. I think the second one down, or the third one down. The third one down would be the most easy option because it's quite like neutral brown sage.
I do like
the second.
I don't like. I like that colour.
Yeah.
I like all these colours.
Yeah.
But I think that is better for. I actually think that for my office.
Yeah.
But I think this would work well. I'd like to, let's just bring it out here, because I think it's
well,
gonna bring...
no, because this is the lighting that it's going to be in.
No, but just humour me for a second. I know what you're saying, but it's nice to bring, forget about the bed linen, because it's this sort of green in, and I think that one, sort of, it's obviously not the same, but it's bringing that colour shade
tones, yeah,
into the bathroom with the gold.
Can you just hold that above the gold of the foot of the bath so I can see it? In the...
They are dry.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't press it against your white top.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah.
It's definitely that one.
That looks
nice.
think,
I'll be honest with you, I think all of them would look lovely.
Yeah.
Maybe bar that one, which is far too light.
Do you not think the third one?
No, because I just don't. I think it's too plain. I think
it's really nice and sagey though.
It's difficult. I know, I like all of them, but I think that one. Because also you've got that colour there.
Yeah.
And that colour is going to be a similar colour to what the unit is here.
And Andrew did say if we wanted to, he could put some like gold splodges on it.
Oh. Well, I think we go with that for now. I think we order this, because let's go to my office and see what we think about that.
Okay. So the other room that we need to make a decision for, currently we have our laundry on the floor, don't mind that,
Yeah, messy room.
is the
definitely.
future office of
Check that.
Stunning.
Because I wasn't convinced by the other ones. Forget about those.
Charlie's
I'll be honest,
shocking
all
samples.
of these would look good in here.
They would.
I love the top one though.
The top one or the third one? The third one would keep it nice and bright in here.
But
The top one would be quite overpowering.
see, I like the top one because the reason being, I know what you're saying, but we've not got many dark rooms in here. The only other dark room is the snug.
Yeah.
And look at the windows. There is so much natural light in this room anyway. So a darker colour could work. It's probably the only other room in the house where we can have a darker colour.
Yeah.
Every other room is going to be light colours.
Your decision.
I know what you're saying, but I'll be honest, that's not even that different from that.
No, and I do like the colour it is now. When is this room getting painted? Is this
it's
phase
a
3?
while.
Yeah.
It's a while, yeah. It might not even be, it'll probably be just before, it'll be like end of the year.
Well, I suggest you leave that board in here and just think on it.
Mull on it.
Mull on it.
over.
Mull it.
Yes, I can sort of, no. But, oh no.
Yes. What are those hooks for originally, I wonder?
No. I do think the dark colour, but then the beauty is if we leave this wall a different, if we leave this at that colour to start with, and then we just see, maybe that gets painted white.
Maybe.
Or maybe it stays that colour.
I don't think white. I think if you're going to go dark, you go dark all walls.
But I think start on the panelling.
Yeah.
I mean, this room we have to be ultra careful because we've got the original panelling. This is original panelling.
Yeah.
So, unlike a lot of the other rooms, this is all original. To be
This
fair,
room has the most amazing view. You get the most gorgeous light in these rooms because of the single glazed windows. I even love how you can just see little bits of plant growing in. But this room has the most beautiful view of the garden of our little office down there.
I think, do you know what, thinking about it, this is probably like one of the most special rooms in terms of age because I'm trying to think panelling. Obviously the dark drawing room panelling is an exact replica, but it's a replica. The panelling in our bedroom is new. The panelling in most other rooms is new. This is all that from here, this is new. But from that corner all the way around here is all original panelling.
It's pretty impressive. It's funny because this style of panelling has just come back in trend. Like I see so many people, like even our friends Chloe and Tom are like making this style of panelling in their new home. It looks fantastic.
To be honest, I would love to go to their house or get them to show, because the thing is, I think we're very lucky we've inherited this panelling, but God knows how much it costs to put in. We wouldn't be able to afford to put this panelling in.
No.
And I think it's amazing to see what you can do, even on more of a budget. Chloe and Tom, it's not their forever home. They've shown what you can do.
With MDF.
Yeah, exactly.
And it looks amazing. Yeah, it's funny that this style of panelling is really on trend at the moment, and this house has had it for hundreds of years. Ahead of the curve. So it's just gone 5 o'clock. My video is live, and it is now actually too hot to do any more work. So I'm taking it as my excuse to take a little bit of a break. I'm going to come and do a little bit of gardening down here in the dappled shade. I say dappled shade, but the herbs are in full sunshine. You will have noticed I have got changed as well into my more sunbathing appropriate outfit, my little Topshop cord and my little Chloe slides. I actually don't know how we let it get this bad, but this area is super duper overgrown. We've actually got a gardener coming tomorrow who hopefully is going to come all the way down and mow all of these bits. Wow. I think that's a lettuce that has just grown absolutely ridiculously high. That's crazy. I only chopped all this back a couple of weeks ago and it has just taken over. We've got enough rosemary and sage and thyme to last us forever. Can't even remember what this is, but we've not used any of it. The chives have sprung back to life. The parsley's coming back after we ate most of it. There is actually a nettle growing in there. And as predicted, the mint is completely taking over this section. Next year we will put it in pots. I did tell Charlie this would happen, but did he listen? No. But what I also really want to do is pull some weeds up from these areas and give these bowls a trim. I think, ooh, the roses are looking lovely though. a lot of deadheading needs to be done. So I think what I'm going to do is bring my phone down here, put a podcast on as per usual, get my trug, and yeah, start tidying up this garden. While I'm going to be down in the bottom of the garden doing my bits and bobs, Charlie is going to be setting up his big green egg.
It looked like, it's one of those things where it's felt like, you know when you get something at Christmas, or if you ever did as a child, but you didn't have time to open it. Like, it hasn't felt real until now.
Yeah.
These are all like the accessories in the stand, so that I'll put that together first.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, hopefully we'll be able to use it tonight.
Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, I think weirdly though, I always thought the first thing we'd do on it would be a nice bit of meat or a steak. But tonight, obviously, because it's a weekday, we're trying to eat very little, if any, meat in the week. We've just got loads of veg.
Nice.
So yeah, some nice courgettes. I think we've got cauliflower.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Barbecued veg platter, like we had at Soho House on Monday.
I reckon we can improve on that one as well.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Check this.
So, wow, so what is this?
This turns it into like multi-level. So
Yeah.
it's really clever because obviously...
Just quickly, what is a big green egg for anyone that doesn't know?
Big green egg, to be fair, it's like how we've got a lot of American followers that don't know what an Aga is, which is understandable because they're quite British, even though they're now owned by an American company, funnily enough. Big green egg is very American. It started out in America. In America, they obviously love barbecue food, and the weather's better for it. It's basically like the Aga of the barbecue world. So it is a big green egg. You'll see it shortly. It's ceramic. I don't know the exact ins and outs, but it can act like an oven, so you can regulate the temperature. So it's charcoal. You can use charcoal in it, and basically, depending on how much you put in, how much air you let in, you can alter the temperature. In theory, you could cook something overnight in it, and it retains the heat.
You could slow cook?
Easily. Yeah, so in the winter, we will try and use it, and we'll slow cook stuff. So we'll literally just pop out, put some meat in, get it up to heat, and then leave it for like 6 hours and then come back out.
Wow.
But the other beauty of it... And
that's why we need to get almost like an outdoor pergola area.
Yeah. But yeah, we do. But
with some heaters like your mum and dad have got.
The other beauty of it is, because it is a real investment, they're expensive. I think the cheapest big green egg is about £900.
Are you tensing, or are your abs like that just when you're relaxing?
I'm tensing. This is tensed.
God.
But this... Yes, so this is it's called the egg expander. So it's really clever. The one thing I would say about the big green egg is beware that you need to not just get the egg. You have to buy a lot of accessories, otherwise it's kind of just a charcoal barbecue.
Right.
So in order to get the maximum out of it, for example, this is the egg expander, which is quite clever, very American.
Very clever. Egg expander kit.
And so this offers different layers. So for example, you can put the pizza stone on this.
Epic.
Come and zoom in on this image. You could have 2 pizzas on the go at once, and then it acts as a pizza oven.
Wow.
Or obviously you have your steaks deep down, you can do a whole load, and this is all 5.
You can do your full English breakfast on here.
So it's pretty spectacular. Ultimately, when we get good with it, the plan will be to potentially turn the Aga off, because as it gets hotter weather, it's a bit silly to have it on. And then we'll just use this and the small oven that we've got, but primarily this. See if we can live off it. We should do a week.
Yeah, that would be quite a fun challenge.
Yeah.
I'd love to know if any of you guys watching have got a big green egg, and what you think of it, and what your favourite things to cook are, and if you've got any recommendations on egg expander kits.
We're open to advice, actually,
please, it's obviously very new to us.
Novices.
So I'm going to leave this very excited plonker with his number one helper.
Number one fan.
Number one fan. Number one helper. And I'm going to go and do some gardening.
Broken from the start, I am nothing more than roses at the side of a busy road. How I'm crawling for a worthy goal. At least I'm not alone in my empathy. There's more like me who don't know how to be, how to reach out to the open arms, how to reach out to the open arms. Blue
again. So I may look very dolled up, but actually I've just topped up my makeup really quickly. I used a lovely face mist and then just topped up my bronzer and my blusher and some lipstick. Popped on my lovely little H&M dress because I have a virtual event this evening. It's just been pushed back half an hour, otherwise, to be honest, I would have done it in my gardening outfit with Pixie. And to be honest, I don't actually know what we're doing or what it's all about, so I'm excited for that. I've got about 15 minutes until it starts. I think I'm going to pour myself maybe a glass of wine, maybe a glass of Fentimans rose lemonade. Let's see what I stumble upon first. I actually think I'm more in the mood for lemonade. Said no one ever, except for me. But I thought I would very quickly show you firstly where Charlie is, because it's hilarious, and secondly what I achieved in the garden this afternoon. I love this time of day when the sun starts to get low, especially on hot days like this. It's just glorious. This is my new deck chair, by the way. It's much more maneuverable than those big ones over there, so it's good for like following the sun. Got this from an American company. It's quite expensive to ship it over, but I also got a couple of pink and white ones, but I can't remember where I've put the pink and white ones, which is very silly of me. It's got this nice little tassel detail. Anyway, let me go around here and show you where Charlie is. What you doing up there, mate?
In the wood, mate.
Wow, that's a good idea.
What do you mean?
To do it while the scaffolding's there. So the scaffolding is up because we have Mike over and he is, what's the word? Repointing.
So you can show them. If you look,
yeah.
The most obvious repointing is down here.
Oh yeah, the new cement.
So it will, once it's weathered a bit, it will weather in more.
Yeah.
But obviously the whole purpose of this is we're getting as much work as we can afford to get done now to protect the house and save us money in the long run.
Yeah.
Because water can get in through some of the holes that he's repointing.
Yep.
So I've already done the wood. Look, I did the wood on the downstairs bathroom window yesterday.
That looks really good.
It's a really natural product. It's called Audi E-Tron. It's what we're going to use on the coach house.
Okay.
And basically it doesn't change in any way the appearance of the wood. Obviously it looks darker now, but it's just because it's drying.
Yeah.
All it does is add a layer of protection.
Oh, well done.
Which is what we want.
So what is the benefit of repointing the stone?
Oh, well, I don't know if there's any examples here, but obviously this is cement, a mix that's in between holding the stones together. Yeah. But similarly, it's also sealing the stones. And in a lot of areas, it's cracked, and in some areas there's holes. So moisture and water can actually get in that hole, soak through the stone. Obviously, the stone is like that thick, this wall, and it's been up for 500 years. But similarly, if the moisture gets in, it could end up on a beam, and then it can create damp.
Right.
So if you look, there are quite a few areas. For example, it has been done quite badly previously. Look, this yellowy, sandy colour is when it was done before. What I wanted and what I asked Mike to do, which he's done a great job of, is repoint it where it's angled.
He's doing it angled.
Literally.
Yeah.
Because originally, you could just cement it normally. I believe it has to be like that for the listing, but apparently not, because what the work done prior to us living here, if you look, when they rebuilt the chimneys, they just did it with normal
flat. Yeah.
I think like when we can afford to, I wouldn't mind having it all re-looked at to blend it all in. Yeah. But yeah, just making the most of this. I'm done in 10. I need to be.
Something smells good.
Yeah.
So is food in the oven or the barbecue?
In the oven.
Oven, looks good.
I've not had time to set it up.
So the big green egg does take about an hour and a half to set up. So we're going to have barbecue maybe tomorrow or Saturday. Gosh, what a glorious evening. I'm just going to very quickly take you down here. These are the new deck chair cushions, which I'm very pleased with. The hydrangeas are looking thirsty. Very thirsty. So it does still look a little bit jungly, I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of work still to be done. I need to spend a good 3 or 4 hours down here at least, I reckon. But I pulled out all the weeds in the vegetable box here, the herb box here. Pulled out all the weeds. I chopped down a few of these lettuces because they just were so overgrown and pulled out most of the weeds in here. I need to check what is weed and what is rocket here, but this needs cutting down a lot. I'll do that tomorrow. Pulled out lots of the weeds in this bed as well. To be honest, this whole area here was full of weeds, and all between the flowers was also full of weeds. I have trimmed a few of the pom-pom trees. This one, that one, and that one. But I still have a few more to do. And I started de-weeding these areas, but my phone battery ran out, so my podcast was no longer playing, and I realised I had to get ready for Zoom, so I finished up there. But yes, I have tidied up these little pom-pom trees, and I pulled up a lot of the weeds that were in here as well. You can see where I kind of finished. So this here is the border that I finished, and then there's some weeds. You can see how it was pretty much all like that. And I don't know what this is, but it's really taking over. I think it's probably going to turn into some yellow flowers, but it is a weed. And this pathway was covered in weeds. I've now pulled them up, so I'm going to research some ways of hopefully stopping them from coming back. Alright, so I've created this little area. I'm going to join in the Zoom call. I'm going to try doing it on my iPad, which I've not done before. And this is the box of goodies which they sent over. I've not even looked in it yet. We've got a little note here. A new line of skin treats to control blemishes and minimize the appearance of pores. That sounds good. So I'm going to have a little look in here and then join the Zoom. Ooh, oh my goodness! They've sent a bottle of Miraval. Char, look! Oh, look at Lulu. So that was a lot of fun. Everyone ended up bringing their doggies onto the Zoom call. We had, I think, eight dogs at one point. The delivery from Pixie was so lovely. It included some Miraval wine. So I've got my rosé, and we just discovered all about their new range, which includes a new version of the Glow Tonic, which is designed for any areas of congestion. So I'm going to be using it on my T-zone. It's good for spots. They've got a concentrate as well for blemishes. So a really lovely launch, and just a really lovely way to do it given the current circumstances. Zoom is most definitely better and easier on an iPad, so I'm going to be doing all my Zooms on the iPad from now on. And Charlie made the most delicious kind of baked vegetables, yep, something like that. Very, very tasty. And we've just taken a Sainsbury's delivery, so it's all go this evening. Finally, it's cooled down a little bit though, so my headache is starting to go. I was starting to get a little bit of a sun headache. I'm just going to enjoy the last of my rosé, and then I will take you on, I think, a little bit of a garden update walk. I actually don't know where the last couple of hours have gone. It is suddenly bedtime pretty much, so I have decided, gosh, I can't find any nice lighting. I've decided I am going to make this into a 2-day vlog, because I have not vlogged that much today, really, have I? I don't think I have at all. And I was going to take you for a walk around the garden and show you the car and show you the big green egg. I've made a lot of promises and I've not come through on any of them. And now I have a bit of a wine headache. So yeah, I'm gonna make this a 2-day vlog and show you all of those lovely things that I promised I would show you tomorrow. I have a really random quote in my head and I don't know where it's from. Maybe you can help me. Oh, it's from Legally Blonde. Of course it's from Legally Blonde. The quote is, "Would you rather have a client who had committed a crime malum inse or malum prohibitum?" Hello darlings, so it's Friday now. I tried starting this vlog at Soho Farmhouse, but it's just quite challenging where you're really not allowed to film in there. So we did spend all morning at the farmhouse. I managed to get in the pool. I say managed because there's only a certain number of people allowed in at one time, but the lifeguard was feeling particularly friendly and let me in, and for about half an hour I had the outdoor pool to myself. So I did about 20 laps or 20 lengths and it was heavenly. Then we just sat outside in the sun. I got quite a bit of work done, some editing. Would have loved to have spent the whole day there, but I've had to rush home because the Heritage Wardrobe Company are dropping off the first bits today. They've got an entire, I don't know what you'd call it, big van full. So this is the last time you will see this room completely empty. They're bringing a lot of the bits up today and a lot more of the bits tomorrow. So this room is going to be full of all the different pieces that are currently flat packed. And then Raphael, the construction expert, is starting the build on Monday, which I'm so excited about. We still have the markings on the floor, so we can see where it's gonna go. But yeah, this is the last time you see the room empty. I'm just so excited for my dream wardrobe to come to life. We are creatures of habit. We enjoyed our lunch so much yesterday that we've done the same today. We have bought takeaway sushi, buns and salad from the Penyan restaurant at Soho House. It's a nice little Friday treat on a day when it's so hot. We don't really have the energy to cook anything for ourselves. Charlie's got a nice addition of some salmon and vegetable sushi.
Vegetables?
Looks good.
Wow,
Bon appetit. It's roasting. It's too hot for little boys. Just finished our lovely lunch and the gloves are back on. So we're back down in the garden. I'm determined to get my pom-pom trees at least done. Put my swimming costume on so I can put the sprinklers on. And then when I get too warm, I can just run through the sprinklers. I find wearing this hat makes so much difference because where it's white, it just like bounces the sun off my head. I might look a little bit dorky, but I don't really care. So I'm gonna work in this little shaded section until I get too hot, and then I think I might just lie down in the sun for a little while.
This love ain't yours, Father, take it. And baby, this heart can't tell what's right or wrong. I know that no love ain't real if something's broken.
It is now officially too hot to do any gardening, so I've made myself an iced oat milk latte. I had one of these earlier at Soho House and I watched him make it, and he literally just poured a shot of coffee into a glass with ice and added the oat milk. It was so easy. Obviously their coffee beans are probably a little bit snazzier than mine espresso pods, but I've just done the same, super quick and easy, and I popped a little splash of vanilla syrup in there as well. So I'm going to enjoy this. I've picked up some of my Grazia magazines, so I'm going to sit on the deck chairs over here and enjoy a little moment in the sun. Okay darlings, I'm going to end today's vlog with a little walk around the garden, our evening ritual. I'll show you some of the bits that I did earlier today. It's still looking quite overgrown, but a couple of hours here and there and hopefully it'll start looking wonderful again. Just after I last spoke to you, it got suddenly very cloudy and it actually started to rain a little bit, which I think the garden will be quite thankful for.
Come on, Dickens. Dickens, come on.
So let's go and take our little boys around the garden. I realise that I still have not fulfilled my promise of talking through the car with you guys, but I will do that tomorrow. To be honest, it's just been too hot these last couple of days and we've not really wanted to be in the car too much, but we're going to drive the Audi to the farmhouse tomorrow, so I will give you a little bit more of an in-depth chat, and I'm going to give it a drive as well, so I'll let you know how it drives, but it does look very fierce in the garage over there. The two cars are in the gym garage or carport because we have actually had the staircase ripped out of the coach house today, and the new staircase is being built on Monday, so there's currently a ladder to get to the top floor. Not that we need to get to the top floor at the moment.
Oh, they've got a ladder up?
Yeah. But yeah, so the normal garage is currently filled with staircase remnants. We've also got scaffolding bits and bobs lying around the house. When are they collecting that?
Well, he's just got one more day of repointing.
Oh, okay.
He's done, obviously, there was no repointing needed on the front of that.
No.
You can't have a look.
We have never noticed this before, but we actually have a little raspberry bush, or I don't know if you can qualify that as a bush, a little raspberry plant being shoved into the corner, completely overtaken by the mint.
Wow.
Did you eat it?
No, I've got to wash it. You shouldn't really eat it with.
But look, we have our own little baby raspberries.
That's awesome.
That's so exciting. They just caught my eye, little red Little red berries.
Oh, that was a good spot, that was.
Yeah, how adorable. That's a good sign. Well, we can like cherish that now and try and get that to grow.
If I'm honest, as part of the redesign of this area, maybe then we think about this bit, strawberries and raspberries, like berries.
That'd be amazing. So I was just showing Char. I pulled out all the weeds in this box here. I've pulled out 80% of the weeds in that box there, but it was a huge task.
And you know, with this basically is stealing energy from the tree, so you need to just get rid of all these.
Okay.
Cut them all off.
These have flowered in the last couple of days because they weren't here when I first started doing it. I think I need to deadhead. Gosh, we need to get down here and get these weeds out.
I've actually, you know what, the recent Gardener's World has got me thinking that I might be able to do this path myself.
Really?
Yeah, because basically...
What, bricklaying?
Yeah, but you're not using concrete or cement. I'll show you it tomorrow morning. They use wooden boardings along here, and then you use sand, and then you brush sand in afterwards. And we've got plenty of bricks. I mean, loads need replacing, look. So it'd be quite a big job.
Yeah.
But it's
look how neat the balls are.
Sorry?
Look how neat the balls are.
Yeah, you've done a good job. I mean, I'm not mad on them, but you have done a good job.
They look so tidy now, my little pom-pom trees.
I think that why I struggle with this part of the garden is because I know it's not like, aside from the roses and peonies, a lot of this we are going to move.
Yeah.
And change. And so I find it hard to put effort in. No, but that's part of gardening, isn't it?
Yeah, but it did look awful.
Oh, darling, you've done amazing, actually, when you think about it, yeah.
Yeah. It was exhausting.
How the wild meadow looks.
Yeah, we haven't been there in a while, have we?
Exhausting but satisfying, right?
Yeah.
Crunchy.
Crunchy, yet satisfying.
Dexter!
That's an example of the Mandela effect, because when you rewatch it now, it says slimy, yet satisfying.
Yeah, I know. Oh, look, we've got a pear.
Oh yeah, I know, I hit my head in it earlier today.
Is that a pear?
Of course it is. Leave it to grow though, because it'll get bigger.
These leaves are telling us with these, because you know, one thing that people forget, another little thing I've learned from Gardener's World, trees need a lot of watering too, especially in the summer months. That needs a water. Like once a week, trees need like a good 5
Well, if it doesn't rain tomorrow, we should put the...
Well, even if it does rain, we really need to get water butts. We need to get some good ones.
Dickens has discovered the raspberries and he's having an evening snack.
I really like raspberries.
Look, he's literally eating them all.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Has he eaten them all?
I've had a few. They're really yummy.
He's actually eaten quite a few. Little Terry.
Is that why you like it down this way to the garden, is it? You little minx.
Daddy, I really like raspberries. They're one of my 5 a day.
Raspberries are lovely in Pimm's, Daddy. I adore them in Pimm's.
I like to get smashed.
Yeah, a little fact for you. Raspberries, blueberries, and a little bit of fresh mint in Pimm's. Mix it up.
Look at that little boy.
Oh, squish.
Daddy, don't rub me too hard. I'm
Where's
just
your brother?
Baby.
Where's your brother? Come on, let's get your brother. Let's get your brother.
Come on, cheeky. Dickens, leave them alone. Dicky, puppies cannot eat raspberries. You're a naughty little boy, you are a naughty little boy. Leave them alone.